Yo, what's going on, guys? Your boy King J, and we got another Teach Me episode by Schrodingre. We're not doing King, we're doing Armor King. This one is going to be good because I don't know Armor King's approach in this game very well, and you know, I'm struggling with the character, so maybe he can help me out. So, yo, man, let's get on with it, man. We're going to get into the Teach Me. So, right now, we're going to talk about the key moves. No, you know what? First and foremost, what do you think Armor King's approach is in this game before we go into key moves? How do you think he should be played?
Okay, so what's up? Approaching, how does he approach in general, or he's approaching weapons or tools?
He's you know what? Let's talk about key moves and his tools and how his approach is, because I feel like this character he has good tools, but he feels like I just don't know his approach. You know, like sometimes you like, for example, King, you're trying to bait them into throws and stuff like that. You're trying to make sure that, you know, scare them into ducking and stuff. This character, I don't really know what his goal is in the match, in the neutral.
Yeah, this character is kind of unique because you have to approach with wave dash, which is kind of risky at some point. So you're most of the time when you wanna go for a big mixer, you're approaching with wave dash and cancel with back, so you are safe. And with quick mix like down for 1 and down 4 also, which is kind of an annoying low. Down 3, quick mix to mix your approach and mix it up with your throws, and especially throws like crouch dash signing wither, crouch dash throw, crouch dash grab, a multi throw, down back, crouch dash down back, no, crouch quarter circle back 1+2, and the stream. So you mix your wave dash with throws and with pokes. That's your main approach with the character, and you can go with strongest mids and with big launchers like this, which is high, or even you have like plus frame on plus. You have a lot of plus frame with this lariat. So your main approach is make your opponent respect your crouch dash with while standing 4 and quick grabs, and you're down for 1, and try and condition them to not duck, because the problem I see that Armor King has is that his main moves are high. His strongest moves are high because you have Dark Upper, Crouch Dash 1, Forward 3, also his jabs and his throws. So a lot of the time people is gonna duck and see what is coming out. So you have to abuse a lot of mid moves so you can apply your throws and your high damage gain.
Okay.
So if you wanna cover key moves right now,
let's go in.
We're gonna start.
Let's get into it, man. Key moves. Explain to me what the key moves are, man.
Okay. So the first key move, I would say, it's down for 1. This is a really good down for 1 in terms of speed and frames. It's 13 frames, like most of down for 1s in the game. On block is really safe at -1, so you can step really safely to the sides and backdash and look for a whiff. And you can apply a lot of pressure on here because it is +7. So in +7 the opponent cannot do anything. So your main tool with Armor King is down for 1, because as I told you, the opponent cannot be comfortable with his crouching game, so you have to make them stand, and down for 1 is for that.
Okay, cool.
So after that, your main mix up for down for 1 could be down 4, which is kind of the same speed as down for 1, which is really good, really nice, because at some point your opponent is gonna try to fuzzy guard your moves, your mids and lows. So having two moves of the same speed is really it's optimal, because the opponent cannot fuzzy guard at two moves that comes at the same speed. So down 4, it has kind of good range, hits from far away, and it's -2, but it's like the space it's create with whenever it hits. If you backdash and your opponent does anything, you can whip punish with either Dark Upper. Try to do something after down 4, like a down 4-1, because it's -2. Now get hit by down 4 and try down 4-1. Okay.
Oh,
okay,
wow.
So that's like that happens a lot. And for example, if you are really sharp here, you can go for a Dark Upper, for a whip punish, and if you don't feel that confident, you can go for Shoulder, which is really good, and it's one of the best whip punishes in the game. Really.
Nice.
So down 4 really good for basic gameplay, and you can also go for some tricks here with Giant Swing or down 1-4, because people usually know that they are at plus here, so you try to counter hit them with down 1 and Giant Swing. And in this, it is really good to try to learn how to do Giant Swing out of crouching. For example, down 1 Giant Swing or down 4 Giant Swing. This is key for Armor King and for King as well.
Okay, cool.
So after that, you have down 3, which is the original Armor King best low.
Sorry. I was trying to key charge. I don't know why I grabbed. My bad. There you go.
This is kind of similar to King's, but after the latest patch, on counter hit it gives you a lot of frame advantage. You see, the stun animation is different than the regular hit, and this is the perfect situation to set up throws, big mids, because they cannot interrupt anything whatsoever, because they are at plus. You are at +9 here.
Yeah.
So you can go for a crouch dash mix up, a big mid to make them stand, or a big low, for example, like this, which is a riskier low, but it leaves you with better frame advantage. So down 3, as it gets less damage than King, but the the counter hit stun really makes it a little bit better, because it creates a lot of offense for the character, and also it has good tracking and kind of decent range, so it is an overall low after overall.
Okay, cool. Cool. All right. So what?
Okay, so
what other stuff? Go through it, man.
More key moves.
Yeah, more.
One of my favorite moves in the game. This is back 4 stunner, and this is like King's forward 3. It has like a just frame version which does this throw animation, and this leaves you with kind of decent Oki. If you do here down back 2 and the opponent tries to stand, it covers every wake up also, even side rolls. So this is really good. Only against male characters. Female characters can stand up and avoid you. So down back 2 is really nice here, but back 4 it's 15 frame, which is fast. It has long range, and even though it's -11, no character can really punish it. So it's -11, but there has a lot of pushback.
Okay, so like, what about like, you know, some of these other moves? You know, like I want you to go through like, you know, 4-4-3, Crouch dash 2, full forward 3, crouch dash 2, crouch dash 1.
Okay, another key move. Yeah, the crouch dash 1 is really good because it's a high launcher. At almost every time, if you hit from shallow range, like from here, you can combo with down. It doesn't happen all the time, but you can have to check it.
Yeah.
Okay, so stay right there.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to show. Okay. So at long range, it's a full launcher, and on normal hit, if we are close, it gives you a guaranteed stomp with forward 4. It throws. Okay, forward 4 or down 4, which is good. Or you can go for a ground throw, which I don't recommend using it because Armor King doesn't have good ground throws in the open because his 2 ground throw does no damage. It only stuns you up. So
I feel like his backdash ain't good as well. Have you seen that his backdash doesn't really cover that much range? Seems a bit slow compared to like other characters. Like Fakarem's got a better backdash than him.
I see this move like, for example, Claudio's while running too, or something like that, which gives you a lot of frame advantage and it's high. You cannot abuse it because it's really risky, but the thing that it's a starter at some ranges is what's make it really good. So for me, it's a key move, but you have to be careful to abuse because as we mentioned earlier, most of the time people is looking for your big moves, which are almost all of the time high. So be careful of that. So a lot of another move, forward 3. This is homing, a starter, and if you can transition to his stance by holding down.
Oh, whoa. I didn't know that.
And if you do that, you have more frame advantage.
Oh, wow.
You have +2 instead of 0. So the problem with that is that, yeah.
Now I was gonna say, so they're trying to force you to use this stance because like when he first came into the game, you couldn't do that before, but it seems like now they're trying to force you to use this stance.
Yeah, but after all, you don't have a lot of options here to use your +2 because the low one is really slow. So even if I go for the stance, a hop kick will be every option here, or even a jab, or a down for 1.
Damn.
So a lot of the time you do the transition and cancel it. And if you see your opponent is respecting too much, you can go for even crouch throws.
Nice.
Because you can cancel your. This is special for his stun, but you can cancel with down forward. But we can cover it later on.
Okay, cool. Yep. All right. So, is there any other moves like this is like it counter hit launches, but I don't know if it's
that's.
I don't really see it as a key move.
You can use up forward 3 and down forward 3 for counter hits, but they are pretty slow and pretty linear. So.
Yeah. Oh, they're the same frames as well. Yeah. Oh, is it the same frame? No, it's not the same frames there.
Nah, the forward 3 is slower. Yeah. I think it's slower.
21.
Like it's 21.
That's
so. Most of the time for counter hits you wanna use down forward 2, which it's safe, relatively safe because you have extension.
Oh.
So you have to mix it up. And on counter hit, if you don't do the extension is full combo. I wanna show you.
Oh, sorry, go on.
You have to go a quick side step into a instant signing wizard.
So when you do the sidestep into instant signing wizard, how do you do that? What's your technique to do that?
Okay, so after the thing the after down 3+1, I do the side step left always, and immediately after the side step I buffer the first forward. It will be something like that. I press side step and forward, and then I end it with 2 forwards, and okay, so it's like in the same motion, side step into forward.
Okay.
In order to buffer the first forward so that you can get your instant signing wizard as fast as possible. Okay. So if you wanna try once.
Nah, I'm good. I just wanted to know because like this is just for people that didn't want to know. So it's cool. It's cool. I understand. What about like 2-1?
Yeah, so
back one. Kind of hit tool.
Back one is another. Yeah, it's another counter hit which is really important. The only problem with that is that the combo is kind of inconsistent and weird sometimes, like that.
Yeah.
I normally do a side step right into the 3+4, but it's kind of okay. Sometimes it misses and sometimes don't. So, but you have to use it because it's your fastest counter hit.
It's crazy how it doesn't work consistently.
Yeah. Look at that.
I feel like that's something they need to change with the character.
Look, to make it more consistent, you can do like a forward mini dash. But even that, you have to use different timings for different characters. So it's like it's another. Like that.
That's crazy.
So back one really important. It has an extension.
Back one.
Actually, this is his 12 frame Punisher, which is really good. Has good range and leaves you at +6. So you are gonna use a lot this move. Back one and back one too. So get used to it. And also for key moves, I could say. I like down back 2 and his strings because they are new in the game, and even though you can fuzzy guard the both hits because the mid one is slower, this is like a good with Punisher and it's quicker than forward 2, and as you have the mix up here, it's kind of better than forward 2, which only has the high one. So.
I know what you mean. But it's if you do down back 2-3, it's not guaranteed on hit though. It's not a natural combo, is it?
No, it's not. It's only natural on counter hit.
Yeah, that's what I don't like about it.
But yeah, a lot of the time the opponent is not backing because they are afraid of getting hit by it. So it's better than this one, in my opinion, because you don't have a mid extension here. So.
Yeah.
But it's situational. Sometimes you wanna use forward 2 because it has more range, and sometimes you use down back 4 because it's faster.
Yeah.
For example, in this situation, after forward neutral 2, you get +7, and for example, down back 2 tracks everything. Tracks both sides, covers your back dash, it's an interruptible. So that's one of the situations where I use down back 4.
Nice. That's actually a good one.
Also after he while standing 4.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so forward neutral 2 it's kind of a key move, I would say, but it's risky and you have to use it with caution. But it's really good because on counter hit it's a full launcher.
Characters combos are so inconsistent.
Yeah, the combos are kind of inconsistent. And for example, his combos out of hop kick are not that good. This is something that a lot of players complain about. Because he has high damage combos, but only about out of his dark upper. After his normal launcher like this one and hop kick, you don't get a lot of damage. You have to go for inconsistent combos like crouch that one here, so which I cannot do.
Yeah,
It's kind of weird.
I find it pretty hard to do the crouch that's one from hop kick.
Yeah, his hop kick, I find it really fast. It's like a explosive hop kick. It's not like a normal hop kick, but it's kind of decent. It has not the range like Claudio's or Sahin's, but it's decent. It's not like Kasume's or. But you have to use it because once you start mixing up your opponent with forward, with crouch dash and your quick miss, you start to realize that they don't care about eating a down for one. If you are backing and you are eating a down for one, it's not a problem. So you need to start to use hop kick and back four.
Okay, cool. So to wrap up the key moves from here, what like, so he has like, I'd say 5 more key moves that we should talk about. So like, you know, back one plus 4, I think is a good key move.
Back 1 plus 4 is good for like a panic button. It's good because it's really evasive. It's like a backstream blow, so
yeah,
it avoids a lot of pressure. For example, if I'm all the time using my frame advantage after, for example, 1-2, I can use these moves to get out. So it's really important to have in mind this move sometime. But it's really
you can get counter here as well, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's slower than most of the backswing blows in the game. So it's not like in Dragonaut, like it backs up and goes forward. This move on width is it has more range than I expect, but I myself I don't use this move a lot, so I don't know how to use it correctly.
Yeah. Okay, so like 5 more key moves, like just list the moves that you think are really good with the character.
Okay, so key move also down 2 is really important because it's one of your moves that have a lot of tracking and this character needs tracking for his game, because down for 1, down for these deals to less damage than a few damage instead of down 4. So down 2 important because it has a lot of range. It creates like a pushback here, so you can back up and look for a whiff. On hit is +7, I think.
Oh.
+5, which is enough to go for a giant swing. It is important to remember that this leaves you crouching, so you have to learn how to do giant swing in crouching. So because you are gonna use it.
How did I land like that on the wall? That was crazy.
Yeah, King and Armor King's giant swing is always looking for the wall, no matter how far it is.
It's crazy.
So down 2, as I told you, has decent tracking to both sides. On counter hit is a lot more advantageous. It's +9, so you can do whatever you want here. And it's relatively safe, but it's not crazy. For example, if Armor King had a strongest mid move, he could be fair with the best characters in the game. But as of now, he needs something more deadly. Down 2 is not enough.
Okay.
But you have to use it. Armor King is not a character that has important key moves. He has a lot of good moves, but you have to use like 15 to 20 moves in order to don't be predictable and to make your opponent think twice. And
okay,
you have to mix your offense. So back 3 is a good with Punisher. For example, forward 2 is really important because this is similar to. No, this is like a counter hit confirmable move. On counter hit, you can hit confirm.
Nice.
Even if you delay the second hit. So it's important because it has a lot of range, and at the wall is your main with Punisher, and also it has decent tracking to both sides. For example, if you try to backdash after while standing forward 2 is gonna lock you down. So
Okay, cool.
It is situation like that you have to know which moves complement each other.
Yeah.
For example, after 1-2 you have to go for down for 1, down for 4, and down 3. After while standing 4 you have to use long reaching lows because it leads you far away, and always like that. You don't use 5 moves in your round with Armor King.
Okay, nice.
So down for 1, as I told you, quick pokes. If you wanna go big, cross dash 1, cross dash wave dash mix-ups. While standing 4 is really important for this character to prevent them for lacking.
Okay. What's the move where he does that big headbutt thing? Like Giga Satsu as well. Yeah, what's that? Oh, down back 1+2. What's that on
down back
here?
1+2.
What's that on here? Oh, it's knockdown on here.
It's like 27.
Let me hit you.
It's really slow. Ah, okay. Yeah, you get guaranteed stamp. Down 4-4.
Oh, you don't get a combo or nothing?
No, it's not a starter.
Oh, okay. This character, I don't know, man.
You get forward 4 or down 4-4. And forward 4 is kind of important. Especially for Okiseme situations, where the opponent is on the ground or is test rolling. So you have a big mid with really big hitbox, and it leaves you at plus frames. And even though it's not a lot frame advantage, you can go for throws or back 1.
Yeah.
So for example, in that situation, forward 4 is really good. Yeah, forward 4 is really a good move because on counter hit it has a different stand. It guarantees a ground throw attempt, and you can go for example, this is guaranteed, but you can break it with 1 always. If you are afraid of the ground throw, always press 1 because the 2 throw does no damage. So forward 4 is like a Mishima forward 4, but slower and with less frame advantage. But you have to use it because on hit is crazy because you can go for back 4 and they don't have any option in this situation.
Okay.
So forward 4 is really important, but also you have to make your opponent respect your crowd dash for if you wanna use it because it's really slow. So it's usable, especially in Oki.
Okay, cool. Do you reckon that's it? And while standing 2-1, you don't think this move is good for key move? Nah. Because you can't hit confirm like the last game.
Yeah, in
like tag 2.
In Tekken 7, you have to commit to the second hit in order to get a full combo. So it's decent because if you are poking with quick move like down for 1, down 4, and things like this, it's easier to get a side step 2 than a hop kick or crouch dash 2. So it's like a easier version of this move. So for intermediate people and players, it's useful. But you have to commit to the second move. It used to be stronger because even if you hit the first hit, it knocked down, and you got like a guaranteed 3+4 into wake ups
Ah, that's true. I forgot
But
that.
if
I forgot
this
it
one-
knocks down when you done that as well. When you just do the other one, it just like a
Yeah, it knocked
nosebleed.
down. Yes. Yeah, it used to be better. Now it's -13, which some characters can punish it or can punish it with launchers, so you have to be careful. But as I mentioned before, you have to use all of these moves in order to be competitive with the character.
And then
So the hardest thing with Armor King is to select in the best situation your moves, because sometimes you use down 4, down 2, when for example down back 2 it was a better option. So you have to be really smart in that scenario.
all right, cool. So we spoke about key moves. I know he has a stance, so I'm just trying to figure out how we're gonna do this, because this one's gonna be a bit of a quick one if we're gonna talk about key moves and stance. So let's say, all right, yeah, let's go into key moves and stance then. Let's go to, so like, he has the stance which is down 2+3. You can go for manually. But what options does he get from this?
Yes. Yes, actually, you don't have like key moves on a stance because you only have two moves from a stance. So
Yeah.
you have to use those. It's a low and a mid. So that's all. You can also cancel your stance, which, as you told, it's down 1+4 and down 2+3, or even down back. You can go also with down back. So the low one, it's really good for a low, because Armor King, his strongest low is forward neutral 2, but this is launch punish. So as I was saying, his low from a stance is similar to his forward neutral 2, but it's a lot safer. It's much safer than.
Sorry.
So
Do you get anything from counter hit? No.
yeah, you get guarantee. Yeah, you get guarantee damage. Like you can do forward, crouch cancel forward 4. Even you can go for forward 1+2, which is the highest damage if I recall correctly.
Whoa. See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. All right, cool. So, and what about the tackle?
Yeah,
the
so
mid
forward,
tackle.
the tackle, it's decent because you have to use it, and whenever you hit, you have like decent Oki. If they try to stand, this will hit, or down back 2. You can go for either of those.
Okay.
And also you can go for a quick low. But the best option, in my opinion, is forward 1+4 for the damage.
Okay.
And this is relatively safe because Armor King gets on the ground, so even on block, it's not a big problem. If you wanna try to punish, I can stand up.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
can do a while standing 4 and things like that. It's not too dangerous. So his stun is okay. We didn't mention, but it has like an auto low parry if you time it correctly.
And you can
For example, if I do one into low and you will do the stance, it low parries.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, it has an auto low parry.
Wait. What is it? Oh, 1+4. Sorry. Go on. Oh, I didn't know it low
that's
parries. See, that's a good thing to know. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's just I think the most important part. It's like, for example, Leroy's stance that it has an auto low parry, and also his stun can be cancelled with down forward, and it transitions into his crowd dash game.
Really?
So this is really interesting, and this.
Show me.
You can do something like that. Stance into crouch dash.
Yeah.
And go for a multi throw.
Okay. Can he cancel it into any other moves other than forward 3? Because I know he has the. What's that free hit? Yeah. So
I don't know if he's. Yeah, this is a 3-hit string, which is counter hit confirmable. If the first hit counter hit, it has like a sparks, and you can really visually confirm.
It sparks. Let me see that. Go on.
Yeah, there's a spark. If you duck, you're gonna try to
Okay, so I'm ducking.
duck. Okay. Did you see that?
Yeah.
On normal hit, there's no sparks. Like
okay.
that. There's no spark on normal hit. So the full string is only natural combo counter hit. I mean, it's really easy to hit confirm and really good at the wall because of the damage. So this is like another decent string for Armor King. The first kick is like it has decent range and the frames are kind of good to set up your throw because on -3 you can go for a giant swing and it's really quick, so and it won't interrupt a lot of things.
Okay.
And you can even go for mix up in the second hit if the first doesn't connect on counter, because you can if you confirm it, you don't need to go for it.
Okay, cool. All right, let's move on to grabs then, man, because we gotta get grabs, multi grabs, and then how to fight against the Armor King. So, you know, let's talk about these grabs.
Okay, so the most important grab, the swing. One break. The animation is like a 1+2 throw.
Forward, half circle,
Like
forward one.
And it does 45 damage if you test roll correctly, and it is the same as King. You have to time it right as soon as you touch the ground. So it's really important to mass as fast as possible as you can.
Okay, cool. And then his other command grabs. Oh. I forgot he has an Omen tackle. I didn't realize. Okay, so what about his other command grabs?
Okay, so yes, you have Signing Wizard, which is forward 2+4, and you can do it from 0 range, which is the good part. If you are able to mix your throws from range 0, is the most ideal scenario. So for Signing Wizard has worst Oki. It doesn't have like good Oki. You cannot get anything out of it. If you wanna, I can show you. If you stand up, we are like on neutral here. So one thing I like to do, because in range, we are left in a range where King's Kraus dash 1 will reach, and a lot of the time the opponent, after standing up, they want to move to the sides and things like that, or backdash, and Kraus dash 1 will hit them in this situation. So try to stand up and move.
Okay, cool.
From some side. So in this situation, if they are holding back, you are pretty safe. But if they try to sidewalk after standing up, you are gonna hit them, and at this range, the Kraus dash 1 is full combo. So you can go for down 3+4 into 1.
Let's try.
So that's a good.
Let's try.
Yeah, that's a good. Oh, I
Yeah, go on.
I've lost connection again. Okay. Now.
Oh yeah. See, I tried to.
Well,
So maybe if I sidestep.
something like that.
Yeah. Alright, let's get on with the other key moves. I mean, the cover
Yeah,
key
you-
throws,
so-
not moves. The other.
Giant Swing, Signing Wizard, you have Quarter Circle back 1+2,
Mhm.
which is kind of good also, and you can do do it out of Cross Dash. And again, the Okiseme is not really that good because the opponent is left far away. But you can pressure with capital punishment or something like that. Or if you expect them. Okay, so also you have DDT, which is really for me it's like underrated because DDT is down back 1+2, and on hit the wake up 3 is guaranteed. And I feel like most of the people doesn't know that it's guaranteed. And in total it does like more than 50 damage, so it's really good. The throw, so to mix up your Giant Swing. And also you have Tombstone for a 2 break. So Tombstone is done by
Down, back, forward, 2+4. From this, I'll start from now. 3, 2, 1. Alright, so, we spoke about his grabs, the Tombstone. Obviously, I gave my little input saying that if you don't know how to do down, back, forward, 2+3, you can also do quarter circle back, forward, 2+3. That also works as well. It takes the input of the down, back like that. And that's how you do it. So, yeah, if there's any other moves, let me know. But I think those are the throws that you lot should be going for. I think we should also try and go into like multi-throws. So let's talk about the multi-throws that Armor King has.
Okay, so Armor King multi-throws are really fast, and they are like unreactable. And this is like an important point because if your opponent is not backing, you can go for multi-throws, and they are gonna have a lot of problem because King multi-throws are a mix-up because the animation is the same for either 1 or 2 break. So from here you go Cross Dash 1+4 or Cross Dash 2+3.
Okay.
Or you can even go for Quarter Circle back 2 to make your mix-up a 3 guess.
Okay.
And for multi-throws, the rules are the same like as for King, in which the one chain grab is the one that does less damage, and your 1+2 grab is the one that does the more damage. So it's the same concept of that. So from here you go with the one which does 45 damage and leaves you far away, so you don't have any Okiseme approach here. So the one, always remember that it's like a normal throw, 45 damage, and it resets the situation. And the 2 throw leaves you in a good position for Armor King because here you're down. So in this situation, if you a lot of the time, if you prefer to not going for the whole extension of the chain grab, and you prefer to go for Okiseme. I mean, for example, if I'm going for a two chain grab here, a lot of the time I prefer ending my chain grab here so I can use Okiseme or even guaranteed damage, so I get more consistent damage after all. But if you wanna go for the full extension, just remember you have only a two ways guess. I mean, the first part of the multi-throw is 1, 2 or 1+2, but once you are in the last part of any chain, there's only 2 ways of breaking it.
Okay. Cool. Is that the only multi-throw he has?
You have also 1+2, which is this animation,
Okay.
and after that you have 1 or 2 variations.
But what I'm saying is that the only way he can start a multi-throw? He doesn't have no other multi-throws, does he?
Now that this is the only way this is different than King, because his multi-throws, even though they start, the input is different, both inputs lead you to the same animation. I mean, crouch dash 1+4 and crouch dash 2+3 leads you to this animation, and it's the same for both of them.
Ah, okay.
So this is his only multi-throw.
Okay. And does he have any other throws from like when you know like facing down and stuff like that? So I feel like he has one where he flips you into the wall.
So,
does he not have that?
Yeah, that's important at the wall because it does a lot of damage. So when you wall carry or you are in the wall game here,
Oh, so gone.
the most common way to do the ground throw is after a jab. You do down back 2+4, and this is the throw that stands you up and gets you in the wall. And this is always to break. This is always to break, and sometimes you wanna break it, or sometimes you prefer to break the other one because it does more damage. For example, against some characters, after the ground throw, you don't get back 1-2 in this situation. So for some characters, sometimes you wanna do the one version because it does more damage.
Okay, nice.
But you lose position. So that's the main downside.
Okay, all right. So
they are really damaging. So it's really important to remember.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's talk about how to fight against Armor King. I know you're a tournament player and stuff, and I know you ain't gonna give away all your tips, but yeah, just let me know how you'd fight against the character.
For Armor King, your main concerns always are his throws and his big launchers like crouch dash 2, crouch dash 1, this kick that is homing. So in order to fight against these options, you have to. I know this is kind of weird because you don't like to. A lot of the time, if you are playing on the neutral and something like this, you don't want to duck. But for Armor King, your most scary options are always high or low, actually, because you have a hop kick and something like this, but you're not gonna do hop kick every time. So most of the time you're gonna go for safe, quick mids and big highs like this. So it is most effective. It is the more effective to just try to duck one of these moves and punish for it. So if you are making the Armor King player afraid of using his most favorite moves, which are these ones that I'm talking about, like crouch dash 1, crouch dash 2, if you are nullifying these options, they are gonna start to play more safer and more minimalistic, like always down for 1 or down 2 or down 4. So your main concern is that use in your spacing in general, implement a quick duck, so you represent the fear of the highs and the danger of getting crushed. And also in terms of his general poking, Armor King, as you saw right there, is kind of weak to sidewalks right, and his homing moves are not that good because his homing moves, which I didn't mention, are down for 1+2 and forward 3, but these moves are kind of slow, and a quick go for instead in terms of side step is sidewalk right and duck because forward 3 is high. So that's a quick tip that I can give you. So to prevent this from happening, the Armor King player has to constantly realign their cell. Time you are going forward, you are not blocking. So try to step always in motion and complement your movement with little ducks. Okay. General advice against the characters was learn your Punishers. Armor King has a lot of streams. For example, this which we were talking about before.
Yeah.
A lot of high streams. Forward to 1, down back to 1, forward 3, 4, 3, which is also high. Back to 1, 2 is also a high string. Also, no, there's not, but there's many, and these are important to remember.
Okay, cool.
So if you have some question, I can go over it.
I think you pretty much covered everything. Like, you know, I've started to understand, like, you know, what stuff to do with the character and stuff like that. You know, the throws, his command throws, how to use him in neutral and stuff like that. I pretty much understand most of the stuff. So yeah, I appreciate you for teaching me all this stuff, man. If people want to find out where you are, can you leave your social media on here, please?
Okay, so follow me on Twitter. I'm Mario Schrodingre, and I play a lot of tournaments. So if you wanna go and check some Armor King gameplay and King, so go follow me there. So, and thanks for having me here, and it's been a lot of fun, and thank you.
Alright, thank you very much, man. I hope you enjoyed the Teach Me episode. Remember to subscribe, leave a comment if you have any questions, or, you know, go message him on Twitter, because he has a lot of the Armor King and King tech, like, and he's really genuinely such a strong Tekken player as well. So yeah, let me know who you want on the next Teach Me episode in the comment section down below also as well. Take it easy, everyone. Peace.
Simmer down, simmer now. Couple kicks to your boat, I'm a winner now. Like Eddie with the feet, I'm a killer now. Simmer down, simmer now.